Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we'll be looking at how to make our pictures pop out more on our thumbnails on Canva using the mobile phones. If you're using your mobile phone to design your thumbnail, this is how you can make your picture pop out and stand out from the other text and pictures or design on your thumbnail. So let's get right into it. Once you're on Canva on the mobile app, you either use the search here, or we will not be using that, or you slide through here to choose the document type you want to be working with. So we're working with thumbnail, so I like going through here, so we choose YouTube thumbnail. So here it opens up templates for us, so you choose blank or you choose already made design. So but if you're a beginner on Canva and you don't know anything how to make designs, I would strongly advise you use already made templates to make your thumbnails, because there's no need of going to stress yourself much. When you understand the how Canva functions and all that, you can now start designing by yourself. But I would strongly advise use a template that is made. But for me, this tutorial I'll be using a blank doc type, a blank template to work on this design. So let me click on that blank and it will launch that. So this tutorial I'm making it on a Canva free. I'm not using the Canva Pro, so it works on both Canva free and Canva Pro. But here is the perk. Let's go back to our, let's add a background to our blank plate and we'll come back to what I was saying. Let's add a background. So this is the background I'm going to add to it. Yeah, we'll be using this background. And now we want to add a picture. To make your picture pop out, you'll have to remove the background of your picture. But if you're using Canva free, you'll not be able to remove background on Canva free. You have to have the Canva Pro. But if you cannot afford to get the Canva Pro, you can as well go to removebg.com, removebackground.com, and remove the background from your photo and come back to Canva and continue your design. So let's upload the picture we want to use for this design. Go back here. So the down button is where you navigate everything you're doing on the mobile app. So here, this is upload media. You upload the media you want to be using. I won't get the media I want to be using is on my recent. As you can see, I've removed the background from the picture because I'm using a Canva free to make this design. So let me click on this picture to come up. Once that uploads, you click on the picture you want to be using. Now see, this is the picture I want to use. So I want this picture to pop out. I'm going to be adding other text to this thumbnail, so I want it to pop out and be different from the background. So this is how I do it with my phone. So I come to effect, and I go over to shadows. Once you come here, you see shadows. You click on shadows. So there are different types of shadows you can use, but I choose to use glow shadow. So I click on that, I double click, and I see it's already giving me what I want. I reduce the size. You see that it's reducing the size of the shadow. It's going to give it, increase the transparency. So this is too black. Reduce the blur and increase the size again a bit, depending on how much you want it to pop out, the roundness to differentiate it from the background. That's what size you will be using. Don't like that, that shows a lot. And I come back here. So if you're using your phone, be sure to make all this in before you change the color of your pop out. So I come up again, let me increase the transparency. Something has changed, size increased. Come down here, reduce it. blurriness, reduce it a bit. And I want to change the color of what I'll be using. I don't want to use black, and I use red. I'm going to go pick a red from the hex. I'm going to pick this red here because that's the kind of red I like using. And once I'm done, I will go back. You see that? Then I'll drag the picture. This makes your picture stand out from the background you're using. And let me expand that so you see. Made my picture pop out separately. Now let's add text to it. Come back here on the plus button. That's where you add anything you want to add with on Canva with your mobile phone. You click on text. You click on the I click on the bigger heading. I drag it here. I double click. I double click on the text and I say design with. Now let me change the fonts of the text I want to be using. Font size is recently used fonts. Where are my recently used fonts? Let's search for font and see whether it will bring out the fonts we've already used. Brought out only this result. Let's search for. I particularly use a particular font. Okay, I can't see the font here because I'm using my mobile phone, so I'm going to stick with Open Sans. So let me click that right up again and come back here. Then this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to come here, increase the font size to this, design width, yeah, like that. Go back and change the font color to what now? Do I want to change the font color? No, I don't want to. Design width, I don't want to change the font color. Come back here, format of the font, yes. Okay, dokie, dokie. It's not supposed to take this long. Format of the font, yeah, I take it to the right. Yes, I take it to the right. Let me step that down. Okay. Take it to the right. Let's go back in and let's space our fonts. I choose this 60. I usually space my fonts to that. Yeah, gives it a little bit of spacing. Come back here and let's add effects to our fonts. I go here to choose an effect I want to add to my font. I use this and I'll be changing that color. I double click on it. I reduce the roundness. I reduce the spread too. And I change the color from that to red, back to the hex code, and change the design. But I need to change the transparency a bit. I go back to effects, double click on that, and I reduce the transparency, yes, to a bit of this. Okay, haven't done that. I come back to the picture. I drag it a bit to the right and down so this doesn't show. Okay, and I drag this a little way up. and I want to add Canva, design with Canva. That's the right up. I come to elements again and I search for Canva. I search for that. It's going to bring up different elements for me, and I'll be choosing this right up as the element I want to use. I click on it and I drag it down here and I align it with the already element that's there. You see? Do I want it to cover our face? Let's slide this a bit. Okay, dokie dokie. You're done with our design, but I don't like this background, the red background. So I'm going to be taking that background from the picture away, and I click on effects and I go and choose another effect to add to my design. I choose shadow. Yep. And I change the color to of the text to black. Black. That's not black. Black. Why is it not changing? Change color of the text to black. Why is it not changing? Yeah. So this is basically how I design my thumbnail on Canva using my mobile phone. If you found this video useful, do consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this. And thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.